Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I just thought I'd sit down and get ready with you guys as I'm off out for dinner tonight. If you want to see what look I create, then please keep on watching. You guys really squint hard at the screen. You can probably tell I do have a few little tan lines, and that's because I did go away to Spain over the weekend for a lovely long weekend with a few of my best friends, and it was so nice. I'm going to insert a little video montage that I put on my reels and over on my TikTok for you to have a little look. If you want to see the full video, then of course go and check that out on my Instagram and my TikTok. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and now I'm back home, obviously very busy. There's a lot of fun things coming up and I just need to be on it with vlogging and recording videos. I did try and vlog my little trip to Spain, but I just didn't really. I did it for a couple of days and then I just wasn't very good, so I thought I'll just do a bit of a video montage for TikTok and the reels. So yeah, but anyway, let's get into the makeup. So I've already cleansed my skin and moisturised and everything, but I am going to start off with my poreless primer with the SPF 50, just because we are sitting outside for dinner. It's still really bright and light outside, I would say until like 9 o'clock here in England, so still really important to make sure that you wear your SPF. And this, I'm just obsessed with it. I'm gonna rave so much about so many products, but this is amazing. There's no white cast, no grainy or grittiness to it like a lot of sun creams for the face. It's the highest form of protection. It's great underneath makeup, makes makeup last longer, apply better. Just so many good things about this primer. Slightly peachy tone just to colour correct any redness, and I literally apply this everywhere. It honestly just smells like holiday to me. I love it so much. Start off with my Hollywood Voice filters. Clearly well and truly loved. Look at them, they are just a hot mess. I do have some more, but I'm just saving them for when I go on my next holiday. But yeah, amazing. I've got shade 1 fair and 4 medium. 4 is when I'm really tanned, 1 is when I'm really pale, and I just kind of mix them together depending on how tanned or pale I am. So I like to take all on the high points of the face, and then the 4 medium I will put kind of like everywhere else. It's mainly on like my jaw area I will apply it, and then I'll literally mix them together. If you guys are lucky enough to get your hands on this stuff, because it does get out of stock so quickly, honestly, if you can, buy 2 because it will go again. A stippling brush just to blend them all together. I love how you can wear this as a primer. You can wear it mixed in with foundation, underneath foundation on its own, on top like a highlighter. If you are a bit more oily like me, focus most of it on the outer portion of the face and then blend it in all over, but I am going to powder down and everything anyway. Next with concealer, I'm going to take my Magic Vanish from Charlotte Tilbury. This is well and truly loved, and I'm just going to focus this right on the inner corners of my eyes just to minimise any darkness and just to brighten that area up. But get right into that inner corner where darkness tends to appear the most, and I just like to fan it out in that triangle shape, but keep it most of it right in that inner corner. And then take a brush or a sponge and just really blend in. You can use your finger as well, because the warmth of your fingers will melt it down, but I do really enjoy using a sponge as well. And you can just see, compared to the other eye, how it's just slightly brighter. And this concealer is slightly more like peachy, like pinky toned, so that is what colour corrects any like blue or purple tones, any darkness. So I just want it to be a little bit more yellowy underneath, just to marry better with the rest of my face. Next concealer I'm going to take is honestly sensational. It is the brand new concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. It is a Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. Packaging just insane. Of course, all Charlotte Tilbury packaging is always insane, but this is incredible. This is it. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful. It's so nice. This is a glass packaging. Yeah. Oh, guys, this doe foot applicator is incredible. It is such a nice doe foot. It applies perfectly. Oh, I love it so much. I'm such a concealer person. I'm a base person, like honestly, it brings me so much joy. And this one is shade 1 fair, so this is the lightest shade, and I love it to brighten. It does match me the best when I'm pale, and obviously if I tan I do need to go up a couple of shades, but I'm gonna make this work because I'm obsessed with it and I like a brighter under eye. To get that facelift look, a really great technique to do with your concealer is take a shade to brighten, and this can go right into the inner corner of the eyes, the outer corner of the eye, above the brow, and above the lip line and on the chin. Actually blend everything but in that upwards motion. You definitely can draw a line on your eyelid, but I'm going to take whatever's left of the sponge and really press it into the inner corner and that inner socket of my eye. It's completely up to you, however you like to do it. And if you're not sure kind of how high of a direction to go, I really just love to turn my face, as you can see, and just envision lines going from like your lower lash line up, and the same from the arch of your eyebrow. These are all like the facial structures and they're all going parallel to one another. So as long as it's doing that, it's absolutely fine. You just want to make sure everything's well lifted. So this is going to lift, but it's also cut underneath your cheekbone here. And then above the lip, it's going to really pull and lift the mouth going upwards. And then you've got under the eyes, going to pull the eye up, and then the brows, going to pull the brow bone up. It's all creating these illusions, but it's still making it really wearable and natural and soft. Of course, if you go extra lighter, you can make it more intense. It's completely up to you, but these are little tips and tricks that anyone can do. And these aren't something you have to do every day. You can do a couple of them daily or just save it all for a really glam night out. It's completely up to you. Again, makeup is art and makeup is fun. To contour, you can definitely take the darker shades from the concealer range to do that. So anything I would say around shade 14 or above would be great, but I don't have a darker one to show you, I'm afraid. I definitely am going to get, like I said, a few more shades to add to my collection because it's really nice to mix and match. Also great for the makeup kit as well. But what I am going to use to add that bronze and that contour and that lift is the Beautiful Skin bronzer. So staying within the theme of the Beautiful Skin family, it's a really nice natural finish. It's a cream, but it kind of has this more powder finish like texture. It's so lovely. I'm going to use the airbrush brush and I'm going to focus this like dotted motions right where I want to contour, and this is going to really lift and pull. Now, everyone does contour and everything differently. Again, it's completely up to you, but what I love to do the most is go from the top of my ear, as you can see, in the upward motion. I find this really cups nicely under the cheekbone. So if you can see when I look straight ahead, it's already cupping under and lifting the cheekbone. And I don't bring it further forward than where my pupil is. Just a personal preference. You can go right in the hollow if you want to, if you feel like that suits your face shape better, absolutely. But I want to keep everything lifted and pulled back. And then whatever's left, I take it onto the temples and the forehead, just so it's not like a harsh line or anything. And this is just where the sun would naturally hit the face anyway. And I'm not dipping in at all. You don't need to keep adding more. And then again, whatever's left, I'm going to go onto my jawline. So literally go underneath and go right around. I will blend it down the neck as well. You literally want to cup right under. You don't want to go on it and you don't want to go too far down. Just right under. And just start blending that out. So it's really diffused. I don't want it to be too like precise, but I want most of that definition in those areas. I always like to blend it down my neck as well anyway, because my neck never gets any colour, so it's really nice to be able to mimic that with bronzer. And even on the ears as well. So now you can probably see that obviously one side looks a bit more lifted. It has a little bit more shape to it. It's a bit more sculpted. Bit more bronze as well. So again, just going to mimic the other side. And then I'm just going to dip in a little bit more and just add a little bit definition to my nose. So just go underneath, down the sides and a little bit on top, and a little bit more right on my chin as well. Something that I love to do is going back in with my brush or my sponge with whatever's left and just really blend everything together. Tones down any harsh lines, make sure that it's all really blended nicely and just looking extra flawless as well. I like to take the Airbrush Flawless setting spray and just spray this all over the face just to really melt everything in and let it just kind of self-set itself as we're going to go and move on to the brows. Now for my brows, I'm going to take the brow lift and I'm just going to brush my brow hairs up. I really need my brows doing, so they're not looking very good at all. But I always brush them up so that we'll go in that same direction. Just going to take the pencil side and just lightly go in all the areas where I don't have much brow hair. So really light strokes. I like to keep the front of the brow as empty as possible. And then I'm going to go above as well. I do like a little bit more of an arch, but my brows are naturally quite straight as well. So I don't want to completely over arch them, that they just look a little bit silly and I look very surprised. I just want them to look a little bit fuller. And again, I'm all about tilting my head in all directions to really get that angle that I feel like I need. Now for my eyeshadow, I'm going to keep it really simple and just take a cream eyeshadow. This is one of the new ones from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Eyes Mesmerise and Exaggerise. This is beautiful. As you can see, I've taken a huge chunk out of this for when I went on a holiday. I depotted it, but it is absolutely stunning. And it matches obviously perfectly with the Exaggerise eyeshadow palette. So if that's one that you've got already or those shades you really like, this is a perfect pairing for that. So I'm going to take a small amount of that on like a fluffy brush and just pack it all on the eye. Oh my goodness. So pretty. You could just take your finger if you want as well, if you're really in a rush, but I really love using a brush to distribute it and take that up into the crease. I always like to angle my eyeshadows upwards, again, just like the concealer really pulls the eye up. And then anything left, a little bit on the bottom of the lash line as well. Just to make sure it's not too harsh, take a fluffy brush with nothing on it and just really softly blend the edges. This to me is like the most important step. Blending is so important, and you can just see how it just diffuses it completely, but my eyes just look so sparkly and pretty. Now I personally have to set any cream eyeshadows down with some eyeshadow powder just because my eyelids are quite oily. I do just prefer to set them as well. And of course I'm going to take the Exaggerise eyeshadow palette. It would be very rude not to. You can see what shades I love the most. Definitely that lighter one, but it's so beautiful. So I'm literally just going to follow this palette all the way around just to set this base in place. You can see those first two shades haven't really changed the colour of the eyeshadow pot much. I am going to take a little bit of the darker shade in the palette just to intensify like the outer corner, and this pop shade is phenomenal. You just wait. More of a dense brush with that darker shade just so it's really like concentrated, and really focus it. I'm just slightly lifting my eyes up right into that outer crease, and then where we've created that little like CV shape, just going to focus that right on the lash line, and you can just see how it just enhances that outer corner a little bit more. What's left, take a little bit underneath, just makes it a bit softer than taking an eyeliner. You can still take an eyeliner and put this on top, it's completely up to you. And this pop shade is incredible. It works best with your finger, just like all the pop shades do in these palettes. Literally glide it on the lid. Look at that sparkle. See how it adds a little bit more oomph and that makes the eyes pop a little bit more. And then for mascara, I'm just going to take the Push Up Lashes in Super Black. Now for the face, I'm just going to finally set everything with powder. And of course, for that, I'm going to take my airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. This is my favourite. This is shade 1 Fair. I do have 2 medium, but I'm not yet there with the tan. Give me time. But 1 Fair is perfect. Press it right into the skin, because if you swipe you can disturb the liquid underneath. So really pat it in first, and then anything left you can then buff away. Now for blush and bronzer, I was going to take a cream blush, but I clearly forgot to do that. But I feel like you can still see the glow coming through my skin, and it's fine that I don't have a cream blush on as well. Favourite blusher is Ecstasy. I love Ecstasy and Pillow Talk. They're both very similar to each other, but Ecstasy is just a little bit more pinker, like brighter. And then right on the high points, and then take it back as well. And I focus a little bit on the apples of my cheek and just bring it back. I absolutely love blush, and what I love about these blushes is that they're really nice and illuminating, so they don't look really flat or matte. on the skin. A little bit just on the nose. And then one of my favourite ever highlighters from Charlotte Tilbury is the Romance Light Multi Glows. These are limited edition, which is really sad. So if you can get them, again, buy them in bulk. But these are beautiful. I'll just mix them all together and apply it right to the top. Oh, it's just so pretty. I love it. And then above the brow, this is what I like to call a controlled glow. So I still am well set, but I haven't completely lost that glow that we've obviously done with our skincare and all those cream and liquid products underneath. But I know that by doing this, this will not move all night, like this will stay in place. My favourite tricks is to get a little bit of that lighter, like highlighter shade, and really focus it in that inner corner. Just instantly makes the eyes pop just a little bit extra, and it's so nice. I do this with every single look, and a little bit again under the brow, right underneath, and then a little bit on the nose and Cupid's bow. Just makes it a little bit more concentrated, and I love it for the inner corner of the eyes. And then I'm going to spritz the setting spray again. For the lips, I'm going to start off with taking my Iconic Nude Lip Cheat lip liner and just create that nice little heart shape from the outer corner of the lip line. So right here, but I'm not enhancing that, I'm following that natural shape, and just bring it up. And then you can go back into rounding off the Cupid's bow. It makes it a lot easier and more seamless and just a bit softer. And then for the bottom lip, again, just gently go onto your natural lip line and go a bit under. This is good because you can see my lip line underneath is not the same. Like this side is really like non-existent, so I have to line a bit more on this side. But you can also lift your chin up, just so you can get right under there. And again, the same from the outer corner. So you can see there how I've still got that shape, just a little bit more enhanced. Like it's just gone a little bit higher, looks a bit more poutier compared to the other side. Because I don't want it to be too brown, I'm going to take my Super Size Me lip liner and just add a little bit of the pinkiness to it. To warm it back up a bit, I'm obsessed with Super Size Me, it's my favourite. It is a limited edition lip gloss in Champagne Diamonds. There is another one of the collagen lip glosses that is gold, which I really want to get, but I've got this one which I love, so I'm going to use this one, but it's pretty much exactly the same. And just apply this all over. For my hair, I've just brushed it out so it's a little bit more fluffier. And then I'm going to take some of my Way hair oil, just a small amount of this, because a little goes a really long way. Yeah, long way. Re-warm it in my hands and then just brush through the ends. God, my hair is so long on camera, you can't tell. Just putting in some cute little earrings from H&M. I literally was wearing these on holiday like every day. Yes, this is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening to me chat about makeup again. I didn't really update you at all really on things going on. I'm gonna see a lot more videos showing you what's going on in my little life, but thank you so much again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and all that good stuff if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.